Hey guys, it's Phil. Today we're going to compare the 16 to 35 F4 versus the 17 to 40 F4. Right off the bat, you can see there's a noticeable size difference here. So let's try to line up the lens caps here. So about an extra inch, a little less than an inch difference. This one's a little bit bigger than this one. They're both F4. This one does have image stabilization, the 16 to 35. The 17 to 40 does not have image stabilization. It has the autofocus, manual focus switch, and then it also has the just a little screen. Get my face out of it so you can kind of see here. I don't think it's gonna focus. Just letting you know, focus and all that. So right off the bat, that's the big difference. We're currently shooting on my 24 to 105, so that's why we're in a little bit closer. I'm going to go ahead and stop, switch over to the 16 to 35, so you guys can kind of see that from the short end to the wide end. Then we'll switch over and look at the 17 to 40. So here we are. This is the 16 to 35 F4L lens by Canon. It's connected to my Canon R6 via just the standard RF to EF adapter. Right now we are at 16. Let's see. We're going to switch to 20, 24, 20. What is that? 28, and then here's 35. So you can really see. You can get in pretty close with this one, and it's F4 the entire way, so it's nice and sharp the whole way through. For anyone starting out, this is a great lens for real estate. I noticed it was a little close. I was in a little tiny house, so I'm trying to get wall to wall. I really wish I would have went with a 14. Unfortunately, it's a little out of my price range. Renting would have been fine, but moving forward, I would need something on a consistent basis. 16 would be pretty good. I'm afraid the 17 that I purchased is actually just going to be too tight. It's going to be great for these videos, actually. But anything outside of that, we're going to try some different things. But if you're in the market and you're really looking at this, I think this is a great lens, not just for YouTube purposes, but mini sessions, landscape. Depending on how big you want to get, you're gonna have to stitch some photos together. But 16 with the just shy of 21 megapixels that the R6 does. I think it's like 20 point something. You can get some really nice pictures out of it. I wish I would have had more time with it to take it out and do some other shooting. But I rented it specifically for a real estate shot that I had. So let's go ahead. We'll switch over to the 17 to 35. Talk about it. We'll switch back over to my R6 from there. My 24 to 105. We'll talk, and then that'll be it. So now we are on the 17 to 40. I don't know. I kind of feel maybe it's because we're a little bit closer with that extra millimeter close. I kind of feel like it's a little sharper. I won't be able to tell for sure until I have it on my big computer, but just looking at it through the little R6 screen here, it looks a little sharper than the 16 to 35. Same thing. This is 16. Oh, nope, I lied. This is 17. Where are we? We're at 20, 24, 28, I believe, right there. And this is all the way in at 40. So I'm back a little bit further, so I'm still in the frame. But even at 40, it doesn't look bad. I do like that 17 look. I feel like I'm a little bit closer to you guys. You're still getting kind of a nice little bokeh back here. Nothing too crazy. I don't know. I'll have to play with it a little bit more. But again, as you can kind of see in the screen, I'm missing like 2 inches, maybe 3 inches on this side from where my wall right here is. So like I was saying, I think it's just gonna be a little too close for real estate photography, especially when I'm using the mount to connect it to my R6. I don't know. I'm not sold. We're gonna have to actually take it out and use it on a shoot and just hope for the best. But again, I think 14 would be the sweet spot. 15, you know, if I had that 15 to 35, that would be perfect. But I'm really pumped for that possibility of that 14 to 28 coming out. We're switched back over to the 24 to 105, and we'll talk more. Hey guys, we're back on the 24 to 105, and I did misspeak earlier. Both of these have the little dial screen, so that was my mistake. I was doing kind of a rush look at these, but the 17 to 40 is much smaller. You know, it almost fits in my hand closed. This is just a little bit bigger than my hand. One thing that is nice, you already knew it, but the 16 to 35 does have some weather sealing there. I wasn't sure if the 17 to 40 would, just because it's an older lens, but it does have some nice weather sealing. You know, maybe it's just the older mounts, but I have seen some third-party mounts third-party RFs coming out, and they have like little insert filters that can go on the back here. This kind of looks like it has that. I'll have to do some more research. See, right? I don't know if you can see those. Yeah, it's not going to show up. It just has like these little slides where it just looks like something could just kind of slide in place there. I'll have to do some more research, let you guys know about that when I do a full review of this one. But that would be pretty sweet if it had it. So, you know, if you can get this for a really good deal, like I said, I got it for $205. $205 shipped. It was coming from New Jersey. For some reason, they flew it out to California, and then they brought it to me. It was supposed to be here on the 23rd. It just got here on the 29th. I was hoping to have more time with both of them together, and it just didn't happen. But, you know, quick impressions. This is a nice lens. It's just, like I was saying, those extra 2 millimeters. Well, the extra millimeter of this, but the extra 2 over that 15 to 35 for the RF mount. I think that's the bad part about this one. I do like that it has that little extra reach. You know, if I'm out doing some shoots or whatever, I have just a little bit more push. But this one also, the 16 to 35 has that, you know, that opener, that wider focal length with the 16. It also has image stabilization, which is awesome. Oh, I don't really like that. Does this one do it too? No, I guess they both do. When the protective cap on the back is out, the weather sealing is still kind of accessible. I don't really like that. Quick little talk about this for anyone who's kind of interested in this. The part that does connect to your camera, even on the base one, the cheap $100 one, it does have weather sealing, which is awesome. So, you know, weather seal to this weather seals to your camera, you're good to go. You're golden. One kind of complaint that people have when you put on a lens cap or a, you know, protected cap or whatever on the EF mounts, you can put it on whichever way. With the EFs, at least for the RFs, for the way that they're currently being made, they have to be lined up perfectly. So here's the little line, here's the red line. If they're even off, you know, it won't go. They have to meet up, and then it'll let you turn it just a little bit. But yeah, that's about it. I think in today's time, you know, if you can get that 17 to 40 super cheap, that 17 to 35 f2.8, do it. There wasn't a big, huge difference in my opinion, just especially if you're just using it for YouTube. So if you guys have questions, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to answer everything that I can. I'll see you guys in the next one.